say hi in the chat, and then I'll send you a private message, and we'll exchange info. All right, Dancy, you said. Dancy, you want. OMD. How about that? OMD's Dancy, right?
Can you all hear me? There we go. Hello, yes. I am biting you back, Yowie Vriska. Hello, yes. I am biting you back, Yowie Vriska. Oh, hold on. It might have been echoing. Hold on. Alright, here we go. I am genuinely so excited for today. Yeah, is the echo gone? That was my mistake. Oh my god! Goblin Alchemy! Hi! I'm so glad to see you here. Cool, cool, cool. Y'all should check out Alchemy on her channel, guys. She's genuinely so fantastic. I am so impressed. Me too, me too. I'm so glad to see you here. Alright, give me 1 sec while I open everything up. This is such a funky little stream idea. I haven't streamed in so long, I feel so out of practice. OBS hasn't remembered any of my settings. I had to keep, like, fixing things. Okay, we're gonna start here. Hold on. Oh, wait. I need my Lancer plushie. Extremely important. Okay, 1 sec. I told you guys! OBS, like, changed all my settings! I don't know why! Am I good? Is the sound okay? Can you hear everything alright? Alright. Yeah? You hear the music too? Okay, what I was gonna say is Deltarune tomorrow! Hey Weasel! I'm so glad to see you here! You're just in time because I think the technical difficulties will hopefully be out of the way for now. Hey Gel! Right. So, okay, first of all, I just searched Deltarune tomorrow earlier, and this art came up, and I just wanted to showcase it because it's really funny. But, let me see, where is this? Let me, yeah. Oh god, it's huge. Let me just go to Toby Fox's. Hold on. Nope, Toby Fox. No, I want to... This is what I get for literally posting anything that is Twitter adjacent for the first time today. Anyways, this person has it here. No, yeah. Okay, maybe not Deltarune tomorrow, but we are the closest to Deltarune tomorrow has ever been, okay? Because this is what he posted literally 2 days ago. One bug yesterday. They feel like they're slurping the last drops of soda from between the ice cubes now. Don't worry, Alchemy, that's what this is. This is our catch-up on Deltarune. Well, I was gonna say this is our catch-up on Deltarune stream, but really this is like, if you already are caught up in Deltarune, and like Deltarune, like the text, and now you want to get caught up on what everyone's been saying for the last 3 years, that's what this is. Yes, tomorrow will also be the closest to Deltarune tomorrow ever. But, like, okay, so I've seen rumors, this is all speculation, that it might be out April 1st, because that's really, really on brand. Like, can you imagine people being like, no, Deltarune today, real, and people be like, funny, April Fools, but it's actually true. So, so yeah, so I think there's a very high possibility. Okay. So, the first thing we're gonna do with this stream, it's kind of like your theory is that there's gonna be a new guy that just captures the hearts of the masses, like spammed them. That's just anything Toby puts. There's gonna be multiple people. There's gonna be, you know this. Spamtum is one of many characters who captured our hearts. Queen was voted Tumblr sexy woman. Don't forget. No, not Dess's skeleton! No! You didn't do the homework. Yes, a very Toby Fox coded release date. I think so. I think Queen... Wait. I'm remembering wrong because there was a lot of jokes about Ida and Queen. Like, Ida from Owl House and Queen, like, stealing it back and forth. Like the title of Tumblr Sexy Woman. So, because it's just in character for them. So, hey Autumn, it's nice to see you. Oh, you're correcting Jill, like, no, it's chapters 3 and 4. There's gonna be 2 messed up little freaks. This is correct. We're not gonna be talking about the TV character, because I feel like we literally know nothing about the TV. There will be explanations. There will be explanations. Okay. To start off, I want to watch. This is okay for just a little bit. I promise it's just for a moment. I'm going to do a reaction, a video reaction. Okay, just for literally 2 minutes. Literally 2 minutes. Okay, because I thought it would set the mood, you know. Oh, the phenomenon of people make their own TV characters. Okay, so I spent a good amount of time looking for images for this stream, and I was like, oh, I should get, like, an image of, like, Tenna, you know? Somewhere, like, you know, like, everyone's fan-made. There's so many Tennas. It's impossible to just choose one. A lot of them are really, really good. A lot of them are really, really bad. It's so overwhelming that I'm just like, well, I can't just choose one of these. They're all great. Let me see. Okay, here. Okay, 2 minutes. We're watching the first 2 minutes of this together. You guys are gonna have to let me know if you can't hear it. If you don't say anything, I'm gonna assume that you can hear it, okay? So, this is the Ludomancer. Hold on, I'm standing on him. Give me a sec. Let me scooch myself over, just so you guys can see his thumbnail. I'll unlock myself. I'll put myself right there. All right, we're only gonna watch it for a second, 2 minutes, because I feel like it'll set the mood. Oh no, no, we're not talking about Toriel is homophobic. I feel so bad. No. Let my NB be happy. I say that about Chris. Chris is obviously not happy. I'm so sorry, baby. We'll talk about that too. But okay. So, let me pause the music for a second. I'll tactfully and tastefully attempt to, yeah, slide it down. We're just gonna watch this because it's gonna set the mood.
Chris Dreamer. Non-binary. The only human in hometown. Presumed adopted child of divorced couple Toriel.
Oh no, did I just get an ad? Really? Okay, hold on. Thank God my ad blocker grabbed it. Can you guys hear it, by the way? Y'all can hear it, right? Chris Dreamer, non-binary, the only human in Homestuck. What? Okay, good.
The only human in hometown. Presumed adopted child of divorced couple Toriel and Asgore Dreamer. They currently live with Toriel in what seems to be a religious household that used to attend church regularly. They have a brother away at college called Azriel Dreamer, a highly accomplished individual and former church choir member. Chris and Azriel have a history with the Holiday Sisters, December and Noel, where Chris would crack wise about a local pizza mascot Ice-E being a monster. This and similar misbehavior led to Chris being labeled the creepy kid by their father Rudy. Rudy is sick in hospital and Chris never visited by themselves. Despite this, Chris would regularly play piano at the hospital lobby and the Holiday household. They attend class with Noel, Susie, Birdley, Caddy, and some others, and have made a particularly close relationship with Susie in the past 2 days, despite a history of harassment. Several characters have accounts of them being some manner of outcast or exhibiting disruptive, nonconformist behavior, including church organizer Father Alvin. Chris and Susie have discovered the Dark World. Twice now they've adventured within to banish the Angel's Heaven in accordance with a prophecy from the Dark Prince Ralze, who looks near identical to Azriel. The Angel's Heaven is represented by this symbol, the same as on the church and above the door to the Dreamer household. Darkness opposition to the Angel associates the Angel with light, and lends credibility to hometown's local religion as a cosmologically relevant model. They're currently under possession by us, the soul, visualized as a bright red heart, only seen elsewhere in a tapestry in the Dreamer household, identifying it as a possible religious symbol. Noel has joined Chris and Susie in the Dark World under pretense of a lucid dream and is frequently described as an angel, despite learning her protective selves from Caddy's occult books, being capable of that, and the dark being the center of empowerment in motion. Gaster is heavily implied to be relevant to Chris's possession by the intro scene, Gaster being tied to both the Dark World and the bunkers south of town by musical cues, putting Darkness under similar possession to Chris, wants to go back to the Dark World even when they know the apocalyptic consequences of the roaring that Ralze was hiding, with Titans forming from darkness, a possible antithesis to the angels that Chris has shown disrespect for. Everything comes back to Chris, and what doesn't come back to the Dark World. There is nothing left on Chris to find in hometown, but we know that there is more. We know Chris wants something, and that something must be in the Dark World. Thus, we derive that to understand Chris, we must first understand the Dark World. Q-E-D.
Okay. That's the beginning of Ludomancer's video. It's actually a really, really, really good video. So, like, I highly recommend you guys watch the rest. It's literally just called a Deltarune theory, in quotes, because it's really more about the state of theorizing than it is, like, a theory. It is very good. But yeah, no, I feel like that's a good setup for this stream, right? So, 1 second. We are switching gears. We are switching gears. Let me turn on my music again. Nope. That one. I feel like Scarlet Forest is really loud. I feel like it got louder. Let's see. There is no December holiday. Wait, is that an Always Sunny reference? Yeah, Susie as Charlie. Exactly. Hold on. Oh, there I go. That's not what I meant to do. So, this is casting my bets. I am going to make a bunch of predictions for chapter 3 and 4. And, like, what we'll see in those chapters. And there will be some stakes. And we will discuss those in a moment. Because if y'all don't know... Okay, maybe 2 months ago, I would have said, I've watched every single Deltarune theory on the planet. Like, it doesn't matter if you have 1 subscriber or 1 million subscribers, I have probably watched that theory. That is until it became 2025, and people realized, oh shit, Deltarune could literally drop any minute now. And, like, I swear, I watched, like, some videos today that dropped literally within hours today. Like, people are uploading Deltarune theories every day these last few weeks. But anyways, let me move on. God help me. I want to stress that I made a whole PowerPoint for this, okay? I cannot stress this enough. I researched this. It took me hours. And I made it aesthetic. I even gave Rousey a gun. So you guys better really enjoy this. This is an idea I've actually had for a couple weeks now, and then because of that, like, one Toby Fox tweet, I went, oh shit, and then, like, realized I had to get this together within, like, days, just in case. So here we go. So here's the stuff I'm mostly not predicting. The end of the game. Because this is going to be stuff that's, like, reasonable for, like, Chapter 3 and 4 reveals. Like, I don't think, you know, we're going to see, like, stuff like the final boss in Chapter 4. That makes sense, right? We all agree with this. There's still a few theories that I kind of threw in there just because I really like them. So, I keep having to scooch myself over with Lancer. I'll go in the corner more. I love all these different references. The only available dialogue with Sans are ... I feel my sins crawling on my back ... Soriel is actually a cute ship, so I can't even be mad. I can't even be mad that Sans is... I'm not gonna say that, that's too vulgar. 7 chapters planned officially. The code has see, this is what I mean by, like, me being really brain rotted about this. 7 chapters officially, and the code has placeholders for 10. And I would not be surprised in any way, shape, or form if Toby, like, you know, pulled a fast one on us and was like, here's a secret chapter. So, wait, there's more to this slide. Okay. I'm not predicting world-altering plot twists. So, like, if, like, there's, like, you know, we learn something and we find out the Dark Worlds are something completely different from what we thought they were, or something like that. Like, or, you know, like, or, like, stuff that we really, really, really couldn't guess, you know? That, I'm not predicting those because I literally can't. So, again, only things we can expect to be revealed by the story's midpoint. Here are the stakes. Don't you dare with that, it was all a dream. This is not FNAF. I feel like I've spent a lot of today hearing other people say this isn't FNAF. Okay, so I'll be making several predictions for chapters 3 and 4, we know this. For every one I get wrong, I'll donate 5 USD to the Trevor Project. And I'm gonna start with a blanket $50 donation. Yes, I put in so much work. I put in so much work on this PowerPoint and this entire idea, so... And just so much theory watching. I was literally theory watching at 2 times speed, different videos, up until I pressed start streaming. So yeah. So, let me see. And for everyone I get right... Aw, thank you! I hope this is awesome. Okay, every theory I get right, I get bragging rights. Which is a win-win! You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna scooch myself to the other side, because I think more slides... Hold on, my mouse is lost. I just got a new second monitor. Oh, there I go again. And I'm really happy about it, but I also keep getting lost. Scooch myself over here. Let's see if I can turn... Oh my god! Oh, I shrank. It's fine. Lancer, you're gonna have to go through the same transformation sequence. Okay, cool. God, it's weird seeing him from this angle. Okay. There. There we go, we can sit on these bushes for now. So it's basically a win-win. And for theory predictions that are still up in the air, I'm gonna count them as either if they're right or wrong, depending on the evidence that we get in that chapter. So for example, let's say, I don't know, we get some info on Des, and it points to the idea that she's lost in the game's code, like a lot of people think. I'm gonna call that right, but let's say we get something about Des, and it points more to her really being in a ditch somewhere, then I'm gonna count that as wrong, even though we don't actually really know the answer. Just for the sake of having, like, more wrong answers, honestly, because, like I said, this is a win-win. And having a stalemate or a draw is just kind of boring in comparison. So, hold on, let me make sure my music's still going. Okay, cool. December holiday found dead in Miami. No. Oh, I love all the trans hearts, guys. Give me one sec. Let me hide this for a sec. Nope, that's the wrong one. Let me hide that for a sec. Oh, I still have the Ludomancer thing on. Let me get rid of that. Let me do this. So, as of a few minutes ago, I have done the donation. You can see here it says, oh my god, it's already been so long. It's already been half an hour. But yeah, I have done my $50 donation. I wish there was a better way to show you guys besides this. I wish it told you the amount, but oh, there it is! Never mind, it's right there. I don't want to accidentally scroll down and reveal private information. So, I have donated my 50 bucks. I highly recommend that everybody else donate whatever they can. Of course, you don't have to, but you know, this is a really important cause, especially current right now. But we're gonna ignore all that sad junk today, and we're only gonna focus on stupid Deltarune stuff. All right? So, let me get this slide back up. So yeah. So, $50 donation already done. Every wrong prediction plus $5 more. So I put aside a little budget for this. I know I'm not a real big streamer, but hopefully my hope is that some people will do something similar if they ever see this. I don't know if that'll happen, but you know, cross your fingers. So, we're gonna start controversial. Chris is not the knight. I will die on this hill. I remember when, Steven Universe... Okay, just in case people haven't actually seen Steven Universe and want to, which, to me, I'd be like, why haven't you? I feel like the hype has died down significantly. There's a very big reveal near the end of Steven Universe that people had been arguing about forever, where people were like, this person is definitely that person, and this people is definitely not that person. Yes, that's the one. I'm not gonna say it out loud just in case someone sees this and yeah. And I was a denier. I was like, that person is absolutely not that other person in disguise. I refuse. And I was wrong. But I stand firm that Chris is not the knight. Because my child can do no wrong. They are perfect. They are not the knight. Whatever they are doing, it is for good reason. They're not evil. Cookie Cat, he left his family behind. Oh god, I love Steven Universe. I kind of want to rewatch it from the beginning, like in a curated way. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Okay. I know it was teased back as far back as episode 1, but come on. I always thought it was like a red herring. You always believe that theory? Well, good for you, no. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so, the Dark World, opened at the end of Chapter 2, is opened by Chris, but that's not the person that the Darkners are referring to when they say the Knight. That's something else. They, you know, like, if you put the Knight and Chris in the same room, and, like, the knight wasn't, like, you know, covered up or anything. You asked, like, one of the random swatchlings, like, hey, who's the knight? They'd be like, well, it's obviously not this blue kid, you know? I see people, you know, I'm waiting to see people being like, oh, this person's the knight, this person's the knight. And I think it makes sense that there could be multiple people who are the knight, and that are, but, like, it's not Chris. This is a one-time thing. You rewatched Steven Universe last year? Fantastic. I feel like it'll, you know, there's someone somewhere saying like, oh, if you watch Steven Universe and you start with the episode about Rose and Greg's backstory, and then you watch this curated list of episodes from the first half of season 1, then it's just a smoother experience, and you know, you'll miss a few, like, foreshadowing details, but if you've already watched it, that shouldn't be a problem. So, anyway, that's the last thing I'm gonna say about Steven Universe. Anyways, yeah, Chris is not the knight. I just don't think it's true. I think it's a red herring. The end of chapter 1 was a red herring, with Chris pulling out the knife and everyone going, they're Kara! But they weren't Kara, they went and got pie. Okay? Maybe not the knight, but acting at this, that's possible too. Like, Chris is going like, you know what? I'm part of this red herring. I'm in cahoots with Toby Fox. I'm going to pretend to be the knight just for this one moment. Like, I can believe that. Or the knight is some legendary figure. I could also believe that. I just think that this is an isolated event, and Chris is not the knight, you know? Is Chris at least vengeance? Okay. Number 2, Azriel is not dead. What is this theory? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Autumn. I hope I'm not distracting you from work too much, but also thank you for watching. Yeah, he is in college. But there's like it's got a good grip on the fandom, okay? Also, I found this art, which I found really funny. I keep having to scooch over. I didn't account for myself when I did this. Hold on. Nope, that's not the one. There we go. Every time I said steaks, you were thinking of beefsteaks. Good. No. He's only dead in spirit. Oh no. There should be a Bellatra reference somewhere. That would actually be really funny. I would enjoy that. Yeah, I'm Rousey's biggest fan too. I love Rousey, but yeah. Anyways, there's literally no evidence that he's dead. He's at college. Like, the only reason people think this is because they're trying to justify Rousey's existence. That's it. They're like, well, he has to be related to him. And I think he is. But I don't think he's, like, you know, replacing Azriel or is literally Azriel's dust or something. And, like, can you imagine Toriel not having any contact with her golden boy son away at college? She holds Chris's hand, Chris, who is implied to be like 15 years old, as they walk into school. Like, it makes no sense. Asgore has no contact with him, and like people are saying like Chris killed him. No. Also, sorry, Jaru J. This will not be the last time I slight you. I love you anyways. Yeah, Toriel's a helicopter parent. He's not dead. He's just on the farm with the dog and grandma. All right, Yaoi Vriska, we're getting there. We're getting there. I agree with you. We're getting there. Dark World Sona. Honestly, that is a really cute theory, though, Joe. That Rousey is Azriel's like Sona, and this is his way of playing with Chris when they're in the Dark World. I think that's really, really cute, and like I think that could possibly be it, but I don't know yet. That's not in here. That's not in here. That is a good one, though. So, anyways. Speaking of Rousey, we can't know what Rousey is yet. This is my stance. My stance is that we're going to have not enough information even by the end of chapter 4. That's the prediction. So I just don't think we have enough information yet. Like, this is going to be the biggest plot twist in the game, right? Or at least one of them. Like, almost everything else has been foreshadowed. But Rousey? No. We have just so much random info on Rousey that doesn't add together at all, and I just don't know. I know he's not Azriel's ashes stuffed in a school closet. I know that. So yeah, he might be an item like the devil headband or the green crayon. Other people's theories. I do think that he might be like a representation of something in Chris's head, like his their ideal self, or like their brother when he was a kid, or something like that. The secret twist is that you created Rousey. Oh no, Weasel! Oh no! Please make Rousey real. Please, I would love to have Rousey. Okay. Another theory, Rousey's the proud owner of a Mercedes-Benz. This is true. I'm not doing the voice, but this is true. But yeah, and you know, there's a lot of weird stuff about Rousey, like, you know, he knows what the prophecy is, he knows what the soul is, people have documented this, you know. He can go to the cyber world and just, like, be fine. Thinking about it, people always bring up the cyber world because he gets there and people are like, how are you here? But, the Card Kingdom, he also didn't really, I guess, you know, he's a prince, so I guess he does thematically fit, but also, like, that would have been a problem also for him if he was a normal Darkner then, too. So, yeah. So, we just don't know. We just don't have enough info. Maybe we'll get enough info. You know what? I'm gonna amend this slightly. It's not, the prediction isn't every comment on my screen is about Mercedes-Benz. Okay. Wait, how did he get to Cyberland if rules couldn't? Weasel, we have been asking ourselves that for several years now. I'm so glad we can catch up on this. Yeah. People are like, how did he just show up? And he shows up from behind us, too. Like, he entered the same way. So people are like, did he exit? Did he exit the Dark World? Like, you can't do that. So, we don't know. We just don't know. What was I saying about this? There was one extra thing. Oh yeah, so my prediction is either we just won't know by the end of chapter 4, it's still just gonna be a bunch of random info that doesn't fit together right, or it's gonna be something completely different from anything anyone has guessed. It's going to blindside us completely. Like, it's not gonna be anyone's theory. Maybe little pieces of them are right, but that's for the record for this thing where I have to decide whether I was right or wrong. That's my guess. It's not going to be anything that anyone already predicted, except if something really niche and I've never seen it before. But you know, like, yeah, I can't control that. When you played chapter 2, you thought Rousey might not actually be from the Kingdom Dark World. Yeah, there's a lot of hints for stuff like that. Okay, let me drink some water. Rousey's Toriel. Wait. Let me drink some water. It might be. Can you imagine if he was Toriel or Asgore? I think there'd be some thematic sense if adults who go to Dark Worlds become children, but we'll touch on that later. There is a slide. Yeah, Rousey is Asgore just to get back into his son's life. Now, I don't really believe it, but can you imagine? Okay. I said okay, forgetting that's what this slide was gonna say. Time for the ones I care about. Rousey is not evil, but will be an antagonist. I'm gonna scooch myself over again. I'm just gonna do this for every slide. I apologize. Scooch. I think I'm gonna cover text, but that'll be fine. What if I just made myself just a little bit smaller? Just a little. Come on, Lancer. Come on. Here. Oh, sorry. There we go. Yes. Also, this is the same comic from before, and I just think it's really, really good. So, Rousey's not evil, but will be an antagonist. At some point in the story, Rousey will split from our two other heroes over what he thinks the right thing to do is, and what they think the right thing to do is. The audience is probably supposed to side with Chris and Susie. He won't be evil. We'll like listen to his idea, and we'll be like, you know, he's got a little bit of a point. I'm just gonna scooch off the screen. Lancer can stay. But yeah, you like to imagine that when I rotate Lancer, he makes a splat sound. Damn, I should have thought of that. So, I don't think he's gonna be evil. I think he's gonna be very reasonable. And he's gonna be like, no, we have to do it this way. But it's gonna be like because he trusts the prophecy too much or something like that. And like Susie's gonna be like, and you know, us and Chris, we're gonna be like, wait, no, we can't just trust the prophecy blindly. There might be like more to this. We might be getting tricked. No, don't take my lance! Snatch. No, I would never give him up. But yeah, anyways, This comic is fantastic, and I love it, and I thought it was so funny. So, yeah. Oh, good night, Alchemy. Thank you so much for coming by. I'm glad you got to see MLG No Scope Rousey. Good night, good night. Hopefully I'll catch you soon. Thanks. Alright. We're gonna go to number 5, and hopefully we'll be back on the screen. Oh, I should have given him a blunt. I knew I was forgetting something. Thank you. Thank you for correcting my misinformation, Yaoi Vriska. He is supposed to have a blunt over here. Just imagine it. Lots of Rousey possibilities if Chris is the knight. True. True. Okay. This is what I talked about this with you, Weasel. And I'm so glad you agree with me. Mike was a throwaway joke. So, like, Spamton mentioning the character Mike. I'm gonna... I feel like the fandom really latched on to the name Mike. And I think it was a throwaway joke. But considering how the fandom has freaked out for the last few years, I wouldn't be surprised if Toby threw in a Mike into the game, even if it's just for a really small role, just to be like, haha, look, this is part of the joke. I think there's more to this, yeah. So, for the sake of the prediction, I'll say that Mike is still a throwaway joke, but I think it was just a funny, like, random name of Spamton being like, Mike. God, Mike. So, he's doing mic checks out of instinct because he used to be a radio show host. I could see it. He's got the voice. But yeah. You think Toby will have Mike say Spamton? I don't know any Spamtons. Oh my god! That would be so perfect if Mike is really there. That would be so funny. That would fit so well. Yeah, so, yeah, no, there's a lot of, so I've never finished reading Homestuck because it is very, very long. But I do know that a lot of predictions that I think might be true for the end game of Deltarune mirror and parallel a lot of, like, the end game of Homestuck, which I think is cool. But I you know, because it's like, oh, you know, similar ideas, creators working together, and, you know, reiterations and expanding on the same idea. But anyways, you'll have to let me know. Exactly. I know there's one theory in here, I think, that, I think Spooky Dude's theory, that, like, he says, like, this is what I think is gonna happen is just like what happens in Homestuck, and I'm like, if that's true, go, yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Of course, I should, Yaoi Vriska, Homestuck representative here. Vriska, you so cool, and she drives off in a race car. That is how Deltarune will end. It'll be beautiful. Oh wait, no, that's Homestuck ends. Why not both? Okay, number 6. There will be more weird routes. So, I think there's gonna be a weird route per chapter, maybe more. This is one we'll definitely find out for sure next chapter if there is or isn't a weird route. Yeah, splat. I wouldn't be surprised if there was eventually one added to chapter 1. That could be just because Toby's adding more to the game and, it's technically not finished. There's also a time loop theory. We'll get to that. I think they will get harder to initiate. Like, the weird route on chapter 2 was easy to find compared to the weird routes from then on. And I'm definitely not gonna find it myself, because I definitely didn't find the weird route in chapter 2 when I played it. So, when it's found, I'll donate, I'll make a little announcement. Also, sorry, Noelle, because you never did Snowgrave? Good! You shouldn't do Snowgrave, it's terrible! It makes me feel so bad. Toby Fox somehow took Genocide route and made you feel even worse about it. But yeah, no, I never did that. Did I do any of the secret bosses? I don't remember. it's not important. But yeah, so yeah, this is my prediction. There will be more, because some people are like, no, you need Noelle in the party, and Noelle was only going to be with her for this chapter and maybe some other chapter, so there will be no more weird routes unless we have Noelle. I'm like, no, we're going to find something. I have this feeling. You're not just controlling a character and making them fight. You're controlling a character who's controlling another character and making them fight. That's an interesting kind of like way of looking at it, especially since it's like two different types of manipulation. There's like literal controlling someone's body, and then through that person manipulating someone emotionally, which is like, it's messed up. That's all it is. It's interesting to think about, but it's also just really messed up. Genocide Route is testing a dark as a game type. Snowgrave felt like seeing something real. I agree and disagree. I feel like this is a lot more advanced, a lot, you know, like a lot more well done than the Genocide Route from Undertale. But I also think Undertale, like the Genocide Route, like accomplished what it was trying to say. Like, it didn't need to be more to do what it was trying to say, which is, like, a commentary on games, like, gamers being like, oh, I gotta... And as a completionist, as the kind of person who likes to 100% games, and I'm currently, like, I think I'm at 80% on Tears of the Kingdom, which is terrifying. The fact that I've played so much Tears of the Kingdom is terrifying, but... like, the idea that you want to keep being invested in the story to the point that you're hurting your relationship with the story and like what's happening to the characters is like a really interesting commentary. Yeah, that's true. You do acclimate to it. By the end, you do acclimate to Genocide Route. Snowgrave is just, it's so intense. It's so incredibly intense. So... yeah, Weasel, exactly. That the weird route is gonna take a bunch of variables from false to true, and that'll accumulate, and that'll change things by the end. That's another slide. That'll be later on. Okay, here's the one that I've never seen anyone talk about before. This is just one that I think makes sense. So, it's mostly text, okay? So, a lot of people think that Chapter 3, you know, Toriel's gonna be in the Dark World. There's theories about how Chris slashed the tires and left the door open so that Undyne or Napstablook can come in after hearing, you know, after getting the phone call and investigate so that people learn about the Dark World. So they think, oh, well, that means they're gonna join the party. I don't think they will. I think they'll be there. I don't think they're gonna fight with us like the normal way, like the way Noelle joined us. I think this is more like a thematic literary kind of thing. Like, oh, no, go back. I was trying to scooch myself. Okay. It's like a scene from Chainsaw Man I can't spoil. Well, thank you for not spoiling, because I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never seen Chainsaw Man. But yeah, it would be weird if Birdly dies and everything continues like normal. That would be messed up. I'd love to see that. I honestly don't know what will happen in Chapter 3 concerning, like, the aftermath of Snowgrave. I really want to know. But, yeah. So, this is more like a thematic thing, because, like, Deltarune is very clearly a coming-of-age story, as opposed to, like, Undertale. Undertale really isn't compared to Deltarune, actually, if you think about it. Because it's, like, Chris grappling with the fact that their brother is gone, and they feel, like, you know... with directionless in life, and there's this whole thing about do your choices matter, and Noelle has family problems, and Susie may be suffering from neglect, and you know, there's all this like very real stuff happening to these teenagers, these young teens, that's really about like defining themselves. And like a big part of coming of age stories is that they're defining themselves against the people who are like raising them, who are teaching them. Like that's you know, obviously like you're gonna take stuff from your parents and stuff and be like, yeah, that was good. But like a huge part of it is whether you want to or not being like, oh damn, I'm not like my parents in this way. So I think that no adults will join us in the party to fight. I just don't think it's gonna happen because I think it would go against Toby's theme of like these characters being children learning who they are as they become teenagers, you know? It could be like 80s movies where the kids do all this crazy stuff and the adults just barely miss seeing any of it and think it's a pretend game. Exactly. That's exactly what I think. And considering how retro the story is, it would make sense if it followed those kind of plot lines, like a 90s film, like Parent Trap or something, you know? That's the first one I thought of. I don't know why. Double Lindsay Lohan. Yeah, so yeah, you agree? You 100% agree? Thank you, Weasel. Yeah, exactly. You're imagining Toriel in a fight being like, no, and then scolding Susie and Chris and the enemy. I can 1000% imagine that being a throwaway joke at the beginning of chapter 3. Where, like, Toriel joins the fight the same way Noelle does, where she, like, freaks out momentarily, and you have one of the Virukans, like, oh, is this your first time? Let me explain to you how the battle system works. Something just like that, except the joke ends with Toriel being like, we should not be fighting, and, like, standing, like, at the top or something so that she's not on either side and just not joining the battle at all. Just being Switzerland, you know? Just be like, nope. Yeah, making the guy they're fighting against say sorry. Exactly. So, this is another one that I really care about for no good reason. But that's another prediction. Oh my god, we're only like halfway through. I really need to speed up. Okay. Misk theories. Chapter 3's Dark World is mostly the TV. Okay. Your theory is that Toriel gets trapped in the house Dark World and the Fun Gang has to go save her, and then she thinks it was all a dream when they get out. I can imagine that definitely being a thing. 1000%. The second Chris and Susie take a smidgen of damage, her eyes go red and you hear her scream and then blink, and in a blink of an eye, your opponent has 2 legs sticking out of crater. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we've all seen this image, right? This room that's supposedly going to be in chapter 3. So, I'm gonna say, the Dark World is mostly the TV. Because some people are like, yes, that's a TV set, exactly. It's called the Green Room, I think, and, like, it's, like, the name of the image is Green Room or something like that, so it is, like, very TV. Some people are like, oh, it could be the whole house, which is fair. That's a good idea. It might be the whole house, but I'm gonna say that it's mostly the TV, and that anything that, like, we can maybe, like, sneak our way, maybe it's the weird routes, maybe it's, like, that in-between room that's in each chapter, that we can sneak into other corners of the house. Like Chris and Azriel's room, or the bathroom, or the kitchen, or something. I don't have much faith in this stance. I could be proven wrong very quickly, very immediately, and I'd be like, okay, that's fine. Lick Lack Hagen on Reddit kinda, like, broke this image down. But, I don't think there's actually... There's a few interesting things in here. Like, there's a mouse from chapter 2, one of the mouse enemies hanging there. So that's kind of cool. But yeah. Alright. Chapter 4 Dark World picks. Would be really fun thing would be the world being made out of sets. Like, there's a shot we come up and falls over to reveal its plastered garbage shot. I can imagine that really happening, especially with, like, the cowboy illusions that Toby Fox isn't making. Woody Theory is not in this, by the way. Woody Theory is not on this slideshow. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. But yeah, like, it would make sense, because, like, you know, like, you imagine, like, a cowboy set. And, like, it's all just, like, 2D. All the buildings are, like, a 2D, like, you know. What is Woody Theory? Basically, okay, I'll explain it in one sentence. That friend inside me, that messed up version of You've Got a Friend in Me that Toby made, is some foreshadowing for Chapter 3 Secret Boss. I know, Jel. But you know what's terrible? There's evidence. There's evidence, because Toby Fox has talked about how, like, the cowboy section of Chapter 3 has been cancelled, and people are be like, wait, that's a very strange word to use as, like, it didn't make it into the game. It's been canceled, and people are, like, relating it to how cowboy shows, like Woody's Roundup, were canceled because no one wasn't interested in, etc., 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 etc. That's it. I'm not talking about it anymore. That's why I'm not touching it, because the worst part about it is that there is evidence. Okay, but yeah, here are my 2 Dark World picks. I decided to give myself 2, but I really have more faith in the first one, The Church. So, The Church, I know they said in, I don't know if they said in Chapter 2 that Rudy said he was going to go to church tomorrow, and we know Toriel is very, like, you know, religious, Azriel was very religious, so let's, maybe Chris will get dragged to church, maybe they won't, maybe they'll go of their own volition, but I think The Church is going to be Chapter 4's Dark World. Oh no! A bot! I'm always so like, wait, how do I deal with that again? One sec. Oh my god, there's so many tabs. Don't pin it. Banned. Bot. Toriel Catholic. Homophobic Toriel theory confirmed. No! Possible. I really hope not. I love Toriel. Yay, cheap viewers. Well, it's too bad I just banned them. Alright, so the edgy option is that, like, a religion because we know the Dark World so far have been based on fantasy. So one was games, one was, like, internet, and, like, the medium of internet. Now we're going to go to TV. So, like, the idea that, like, oh, religion is an escape. I wouldn't put it past Toby. He's made a lot of commentary about religion in both games so far. So, it's possible. But it is a little edgy, so I'd say the more likely option is a book or literature-themed Dark World, because we know that, Alvin, this guy who stands in front of the church, that's Gerson Boom's son. So, like, the priest is the son of the famous book writer, like, you know, the famous author / historian. Are Chris and Susie gonna get to fight Zeus? Man, that would be cooler. Well, would that be cooler than, because there's, you know, I'm not gonna comment on it. But yeah, so, like, if there's, like, a library, I saw someone say something like, maybe Chris and Susie get bored of the service, and they go to, like, a back room, just, like, to just get away, and it's full of books, because their family, the priest's family, is just a bunch of book lovers, and that's the Dark World. I would absolutely believe that, you know, something like that. A church is a good pick, but you would have thought it might show up later. This is true, but I genuinely don't know where else. Except, maybe, Flower King. Yeah, we might need to learn more about the religion. On the other hand, this learning about the religion now might help set up for, like, Noelle being the angel later, and give us more info for that without actually doing the full reveal of Noelle's angelicness and what that means, because I don't know what that means. They go to the back rooms? Let's be real, the whole game is Chris and Noelle being in the back rooms, right? Like, that's what the game is. God, there must be so many, like, images of, like, that, Chris, where the hell are we? Of them in the back rooms, and I haven't even seen one, damn. But yeah, Flower King. I said I wrote maybe a plant-themed Dark World. I really couldn't think of anything else. Like, I don't know what fantastical thing would Flower King turn into. But it would be a good follow-up when, like, after, you know, hanging out with Toriel for a Dark World, that we would hang out with Asgore and get his side of the story. You think you saw a video of them in the back rooms? I would believe it. It would be hell for Chris. Like, you know, if the first... if the first one has the heaven aesthetic theme, the next one could be hell. Does the Dark World depend on where they enter into? That's why the Chapter 2 was cyber themed, because they're... Yes! Chapter 2 is based on the computer room, and Queen is the laptop on the desk in that room. And then Chapter 1 is all the board games and kids things thrown around. Sham is even a plushie on the floor. So it is based on the objects of the room. So yeah, that is what is it called? The logic we're following here. I need to highlight, it'd be cool if it was a heaven aesthetic theme, because, wait, where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I like that. Anyways. God damn it, Chris, where are we? It's such a... Oh no, we have shrunk down into a tiny submarine to enter Rousey's bloodstream to seal a dark fountain within him. I love that. I love that. That's so funny. Don't worry, Gel, there's a lot of Deltarune. And it's okay if you don't know everything, because, my god, there's so much. This 28 slide PowerPoint is only the most basic of theories. I'm not even touching some of the other theory. Like I said, witty theory isn't on here because I'm not touching that. All right, next one. We're only on 9. 10. The player is controlling Chris against their will. Is this not already canon? Do we not already all agree on this? Right? Okay, I don't expect to be stated explicitly. It might be. We don't know. We're gonna reach over the halfway point of the whole story, supposedly, by the end of chapter 4. So maybe there'll be some kind of explicit thing. But I definitely believe that we're gonna see more and more blatant clues in, like, 3 and 4. Everyone's talking about Woody now. Oh no, it's just Yaoi Vriska. Thank you, Yaoi Vriska, for your service. I'm sorry, Chris, sweetheart, baby gravy. I don't want to do this to you. I love Chris so much, you guys. I really do. I want to adopt them. I want them to be my child. I want them to be happy and okay. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Chris is being controlled by the heart. We are the heart. You think Chris loves us? I know! That's why it hurts! Yes, there is a lot to talk about on this one. We can talk about this one for a second. Okay, yes. So, from our understanding, so far, Chris is being controlled by the heart, by the soul. And what we can inference from that is that the soul is being controlled by us. Like, the soul doesn't have a personality or anything. So, we are the soul. We're choosing what happens to Chris and what they do and what they say. Yeah. And why are we controlling them? We don't know. There's a little bit more about this that's kind of tangentially related of, like, why is the story happening later on? Like, and I think that's a big message. Like, that's, like, a big plot point in Deltarune overall is this okay to control a person in a video game kind of, like, idea? Especially if we can see that it's hurting them. Like, after the Spamton fight, if, you know, Rousey and Susie ask us if we're okay. If we say yes, Chris, like, tries really hard not to say yes by Susie and Rousey's reactions to that. If we say no, they scream it. And you know, like, they literally shout, no! And we see that again through Susie and Rousey's reactions. And so, like, we can see that we are controlling Chris to do things that they do not want to do. Snowgrave is also a whole other can of worms with that. There's a lot of that. Noelle even says at some point that Chris spoke and their voice didn't come out, implying that it's our voice. So, yes, that's a big theory, that Chris made a deal with us to control them, and now they're regretting the decision because Chris was, like, depressed, they didn't like where their life was going, they're like, you know, or maybe they have another goal that they're trying to accomplish and they need our help because we're more powerful, something like that. But we really just don't know why. And I think at this point of this story, like, in Toby Fox's, like, what he wants us to feel right now is confused and upset. Yeah, Spantum's death in front of Chris is, like, you know, because they cut a puppet from their strings, and Spantum just collapsed. And Chris is like, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit. What if they do that to me? You had to go into Chris character, chris.chr in the files and set depression to 0. Oh, I wish I could, baby. I love them so much. I really do. I want them to be okay. They are genuinely my favorite character in Deltarune. We because of this situation, we see so little of them, but what we do see is just, you know, so endearing. They just deserve to be happy. Chris isn't evil, they just have an ear infection. Oh. But yeah, so anyways. I'm sorry, Chris. And also, yeah. We'll talk about why this might be the situation, kind of tangentially in a little bit. Alright, Des is in the code. Des is the one trapped in the code. Literally, who else could it be? This is the Des' sprite from Delta Traveler, which is an awesome fan game. You guys should play it. If you guys don't know, there's a character trapped in the code. This is the code here on the bottom left. This is a very, like, not in the text kind of thing, but also literally in the text. So data miners found this code, and it says unused, which is very strange, because, like, why you wouldn't label something like that? You wouldn't label something unused in coding a video game. You just wouldn't use it. You just put it in a folder. So they're like, oh, I'm all alone. It's so dark here. And in chapter 2, I forgot I put this on the playlist. Hold on. Where did it go? I think I just got an ad again. Video pause, continue watching. Yes. Yeah, we'll listen to Acid Tunnel of Love for a second. I didn't expect it to come up in one of the most, like, serious and sad parts. But yeah, I just want to find her. Oh, to be honest. And I have a little more to say about Des later, because, like I said, there's, like, these, like, bigger, all-encompassing what the hell is happening theories. But yeah, if you didn't know, in chapter 2, it updates. There's more. This person continues their conversation. They're still trapped. Yeah. You wouldn't call that code to be you just wouldn't call that code to be used. It's ensuring that it's specifically labeled unused. That's what cutting room floor would do. Yeah. But yeah, the idea is that Toby put this in here specifically for data miners to find it. And be like, yo, someone is stuck in the code. Because Toby Fox has stated before that he hates that people, like, data mined Undertale and kind of, like, exposed all its secrets. Like the fun values and stuff. Because I know you just mentioned the fun value has to be set to 56. But, so I feel like this is Toby Fox's, like, you know what, I can't fight it, I'm gonna work with it, kind of, like, answer to that. You know, and using it as a strength instead of a weakness. Hopefully we'll... Honestly, like, I don't actually know who's in the code. I feel like there's literally no other option. Maybe, like, Gaster, but I doubt it. Like, Gaster... I don't think Gaster would be put in a position where he sounds so sad and scared. Anya, do you know about the Undertale sound file? There's a bunch of text-to-speech voices telling data miners to stop. Yes, that thing is terrifying. If you guys haven't heard that there's like a sound file hidden in, I think, Undertale's code, telling data miners not to be data mining, basically, because you're spoiling all the secrets, and it's so scary. It's really creepy to listen to. Toby made a really good job of, like, kind of, like, you know, I personally don't believe in supernatural things, but, like, it captured... It made me scared, dude. It made me feel like I was gonna be haunted if I did this. And I think that's, like, just also just, like, invoking horror in something like that is just really well done. It was only audio. Very well done. Anyways, Toby Fox is such a good storyteller, man. Anyway, so yeah. There's a lot of stuff like that. There's a lot of hidden text and stuff that has been, like, piled on and added on to, like, the pile of, like, information that we know. Like, Gaster is entirely hidden in the code. Actually, there's a video. Man, I wish I had put this in here just for the sake of it. There's a video called For Those Who Came In Late. And it's just, like, if you're a Deltarune fan, but you weren't into Undertale, it explains to you who Gaster is, and, like, everything we know about him. And, like, what the hell is going on and why is everyone obsessed? So, like, I highly recommend even to refresh your, like, memory to watch that video, because it's really good for those who came in late. It's got Gaster, like, lounging in the thumbnail. It's funny. It's a funny image. Even better, I've watched people who don't know who Gaster is but love Deltarune react to that video. That's so much fun, dude. Seeing people, like, they have their moments where they pause the video and go, oh my god, so that's why this is like this, and that means that. And it's really good. It's just really fun. Yeah, it is like those clips of, like, tuning a radio or a spirit box and, like, hearing the voices. It does have, like, that kind of feeling to it. It's very creepy, that one sound file. Anyways, moving on. Chess Theory by Aussie Flowwall. This is both on Reddit and on YouTube. Aussie has both the, both usernames on both platforms, so. Chess Theory, I'm not gonna even summarize it. It's like a meta reading of, like, oh, we fought the king, and then we fought the queen, and so they're saying next time we'll fight the rook, maybe the knight, maybe, you know, and, like, it's a way of predicting. Are there any theories related to Everyman Hybrid? Oh no, Everyman. That's really funny. That I, like, when I saw Everyman, the hybrid, next to each other, and I immediately knew what you were talking about, Yoey Vriska. No, I don't have any theories on Everyman here. There's a lot of weird theories about Everyman too. But some people think that he's the knight, which is funny. I do like Everyman. That very effective horror, that one moment that he shows up in the True Lab in Undertale. You watch Aussie Flower for Portal videos. That's fantastic. I saw earlier today that they do Portal videos, which is pretty cool. There's so many good Deltarune theorists, man. I want to shout out all of them, but there's just so many that I feel like if I shout out the ones that I like, I will forget someone inevitably. Someone who didn't make it onto the list is Half-Bred Chaos. I adore Half-Bred Chaos. Everybody sub to Half-Bred. Sub to all these people, actually. If you see their name in here, sub to them. Anyway, yeah, Everyman Hybrid. It is really, really good. Weasel's the one who introduced me to Everyman Hybrid. Yeah, I watched half of it. I still want to know how it ends. Habit lives in my heart, right next to human Bill Cipher. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so Chess Theory? Yeah, probably. I really don't care about this one too much. It's more of a way of predicting what's going to happen in future chapters. Don't worry, I've watched some of those too, and then stopped halfway. I have not finished watching this video series summarizing it either. Get him out of my heart, he doesn't belong there. But I love him. Anyways. I don't care how scrunkly he is. I love him. Yes, I know he's dangerous. Alright. Enough talk about Habit. It would be pretty cool if this turned out to be true. I'm not totally sure if this one's gonna be able to be proven. I feel like this is one you could really twist with chapters 3 and 4 to, like, make the characters fit into the roles of, like, different chess pieces, the final bosses and stuff. I hope it's true because it's really cool. But I just don't have a lot of personal investment in this one. But I figured I'd put it here because, like, it's a really popular theory. And if it is true, we can effectively predict upcoming Dark World, like, bosses and stuff, which would be awesome. So look up Chess Theory by Aussie Flowell. Alright, other popular theories that probably won't be answered in these chapters, but I like them too much to not talk about them. So, this is the final stretch. So, Homestuck I do think that Aussie Flowell references Homestuck at least once in this theory. There's a lot of chess theory, by the way. Aussie is the first one who, like, wrote it down and put it all together, and I'm pretty sure it's their theory, like their baby. But people have been expanding on chess theory for years. There's a lot of people talking about chess theory, so you could Google it. You can find Aussie's video on it, and you could go from there. But yeah, there's a lot. So, all right, other popular theories. These are the ones I was talking about, where it's gonna be like mostly endgame kind of stuff that probably won't be answered in chapters 3 or 4, but like I like them a lot, so I want to comment on them. So I'm just gonna include them anyway. Like the worst thing that'll happen is that I'll just have to donate extra $5 if they are there, and like that's not bad. Excuse me. So anyways. Device Theory by Molly Stars. Fantastic video series. Here's the summary. The entirety of our connection to Deltarune as the player, this is what we were talking about before, was set up by Gaster to connect him to us. This is backed up by Chapter 1 being called Survey Program. Gaster introducing Deltarune in character. It's supposed to say on Twitter. Damn it! I tried to get every mistake. So, Gaster introduces us to Deltarune on Twitter. The menus are diegetic. Explosion.wave. So, yeah. There's a lot of, like, kind of evidence that all the menus and all the things surrounding the game, the stuff that we physically interact with, are, kind of, like, set up by Gaster and him gamifying this connection to the world of Deltarune. So my take is, yeah, definitely, I believe it. 10 out of 10. I would rewatch those 10 hours again, because I have rewatched them multiple times. It is a lot of time. Kind of, it's very well put together. But that is the summary. That is it in the, in summary. It's just like Gaster set everything up specifically to connect us to the world of Deltarune for his own ends. Maybe, like, he might have put us in charge of Chris. He might have told Rousey all the stuff that he's learned, like, all the stuff that Rousey communicates to us about the prophecy and the soul, etc. He might be the one who called Spamtum and, like, talked to Jevil and Shaw, etc. 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 14. Time loop theory. I put Jaru Jaru J because I think that's, like, his is the most this is some William Afton shit for a guy whose existence is relegated to the internet. It really, well, see, that's the thing. We're gonna touch on that in a moment. Time loop theory, though, which I really enjoy. Jaru J has a lot of good points on this in his video. But I'm really just talking about the time loop part, because it's like a way longer video, and this is just like supporting evidence for the real theory in that video, and I don't remember which one that is. And other people have made theories like this too, like that are similar. Spooky Dude has like kind of like inklings of this. So the idea is that there's a lot of evidence that we're in a time loop, and specifically not the first go around of the time loop. So like, we start the game, Chris has already been through all 7 chapters and is doing it again, is the idea. So, and we're brought in, like, we're brought in very unceremoniously, kind of like it's a patch. Like, Gaster's like, oh shit, we need another entity in here to fix things. And, the only shadow crystal explanations I've seen, so I don't feel like some people don't know about this, but, you can get these items called shadow crystals, 1 in each chapter. When you look at them in the dark world, you can see the light world, like what it's supposed to be. And this is like the theory that Tony Soprano is in hell and the entire show is him caught in a time loop watching himself hurt others and then die. I know nothing about the Sopranos, but yeah. It is a very Groundhog Day theory. I think there's an episode of Fairly Odd Parents kind of like this too. No, never mind. Anyways, so like people have been, and then when you go to the light world of shadow crystals, it shows, the first time it shows Susie being mad at us, but then we look at her and she's looking at Chris, like smiling. And then we see, what is it? Oh yeah, in chapter 2, it looks like Chris is transparent, like they can see through themselves. So people are like, what the what? Like, none of these images seem to be connected to each other. And so this is the only one that I think makes sense, is that if we're in a time loop, it's showing us past or future iterations of the loop, like stuff that's already happened, the differences in the narrative that no longer exist, from the time that, like, before we were doing this, right? I think that makes a lot of sense. Another thing, I think it's the Steam page, the description for the game, Deltarune, said it only had one ending, and then for chapter 2, Toby added the ... question mark, oops, I clicked 2, but that makes, I'll put all the info on screen so we can see it all together. So, my idea is that the reason why it's only one ending is because we're going to see this ending multiple times, and eventually we have to break the game to get the ending we want. You devious, dastardly doofus, Toby. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, the existence of the weird route in general, I think this is why I think there's going to be more weird routes. I think this is going to be the solution to the end game. Is that, first of all, the only one ending thing is like, well, it actually doesn't end because it starts over again. And the only one ending is the true ending that we will eventually get when we stop the time loop. That's what I think is happening. Because we're going to get to chapter 7 and start back at chapter 1 again. We won't reach an ending. That's what I'm thinking. The weird route, we're going to have to abuse the systems of the game to manipulate it into giving us the real ending. That's the one ending. So, anyways. And evidence for this having happened already, Chris does stuff despite the fact that it makes no sense. Some of it's predetermined. Like, specifically the chapter 3 fountain. Like, Hideo Kojima couldn't do something this mad. I know, right? Can you imagine a game that they worked on together? Like, I know that'd be really I know Toby is learning Japanese, but it'd still be really difficult to, like, manage something like that. Like, just two completely different entities, these two men. But, like, can you imagine playing them making something together? Toby and Hideo Kojima. Is he fluent? I figured he was mostly fluent, but not entirely. I really don't know. I really don't know. So many people think he is Japanese. That's because he's a weeb. Like, he's the old... And I love him for that. I love him for that, but still. Toho Project, yeah. Anyways, so yeah. If you guys don't know this, Chris opens the chapter 3 fountain at the end of chapter 2, right? The thing that makes everyone think that they're the knight. But they do that even after the weird route, which they are very clearly uncomfortable with and don't want to happen. And if they know that something like that can happen again with their mother might get involved. Like, that's messed up. So why would they create another opportunity for something like the weird route to happen again, unless they know that it has to be this way because they've seen it all before? And this is also premeditated. I want to point that out. They plug in the TV between chapters 1 and 2. Chapter 1, you flavor text of the TV, it's not plugged in. Chapter 2 started the day, it is plugged in. They knew that Susie was going to come over and that they would open a fountain. All of this is premeditated. And I think that's because they know what's going to happen next. And they know that certain things have to play out in a certain way or else something really bad happens. So, that's my take. Unfortunately, I don't really subscribe to any of Jaru's other series. I did binge watch all his videos, so I hope that, like... yeah, like Interstellar. But yeah, no, like, I did binge watch all his videos, so I hope that, like, balances out. Like, I gave him the views. I watched some of them more than once. So, like, but yeah, I don't really agree with a lot of Jaru's takes. Sorry, Jaru. His videos are very fun to watch, though. You buy all this, but it makes you more sure that they're the knight or playing the role of knight, unless I don't really know what the knight is. No, you're fine, because... yeah, that you think Chris is opening all the fountains. You're fine, because it's definitely... there's a lot of evidence. Excuse me, hold on. I need to take a breath. I need to breathe. There is a lot of evidence for Chris being the knight. I really do think it's 50-50, but I'm just coming down hard on one side because I just like the idea better that Chris isn't the knight. Because I like this narrative also of, like, Chris kind of behind the scenes-ing things. Like, they're not the knight. I guess that could be that they're also the knight, but, like, you know, like, they're trying to, like, be 3 steps ahead of the knight. Shaking your head to get to decide about Toriel's homophobia. I'm telling you, no! I don't want it! I mean, she loves her little non-binary child. How could... I know she could be homophobic, but yeah. Anyways. The night could be a behind-the-scenes thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. The evidence literally could fall one way or the other. It's very 50-50. So, like, I will shake your hand when, like, you know, regardless of whether or not Chris is the knight, you know? Because it could really be that Chris is the knight, like, behind the scenes also. And that's, you know, that's part of the master plan. I just don't know. We just don't know. Okay, Angel's Hell, Devil's Heaven by Spooky Dude. I added this, like, nearly at the last minute. So, this is very similar to the device theory in my mind. It's kind of more like the literally, like, device theory is like, you know, like, all the evidence about, like, the physical things that we can see, and then Angel's Hell is, like, the reasoning. So, and it is kind of in tandem with the device theory and the time loop, where it's like, we might have to go through all of it again to try to, like, you know, change things, and, like, do the weird rat and stuff. Maybe Chris repeating the tight loop and knowing what to do makes them night. Yeah! It could be. It could be. We just don't know. But yeah. So, if you think about the device theory and the fact that Gaster is orchestrating everything, it could be that Gaster is trying to free himself from whatever situation he's in. Like, people are like, oh, Gaster, you know, he's shattered across time and space, he's trapped, maybe he's trapped in the code with Death, maybe he's trapped in Dark World, etc., wherever it is. And for us to get a different ending from Gaster, basically at the end of the game, Gaster will be like, thank you for your service, reset. And you start over at the beginning of the time loop again, like it's Gaster's doing. And that's why we have to do the weird routes to get a different ending and stop Gaster. So my take, Spooky Dude, my man, my homie, I think you solved Deltarune. Which he would hate, because that video, Angel's Hell, is literally about how he's like, most of that video where he sets this up is him going, this is a stupid theory, and people shouldn't make theories like this. So I'm sorry, Spooky Dude, but I think you're correct. I think you set it up very well. It's very interesting. It coincides with, like, the stuff about Jaru that I think works, the stuff from Molly Stars that I think works, etc., etc. I believe it. I believe it. Alright. My favorite theory! We're almost done. This is the second to last theory. So, my favorite theory is by Guilty Flygon. I spent all day looking for the source of this theory and edited this line at 11:01 p.m. Oops. So yes, the stream was already live when I edited this. I finally found it at the last possible second. You guys, there's so many I've been listening to Deltarune theories all day at 1.5 or 2 times speed, looking for this specific one, and I finally found it. This is my favorite theory. Thank you, Guilty Flygon. Okay, it's very, very cool. Okay, so, in summary, when Susie and Chris entered the Castle Dark World for the first time in Chapter 1, we see them fall before they actually get to the Dark World. The floor literally, like, see this paper thing? We see this give out. We see them literally fall. It's not them falling into the Dark World. That hasn't happened yet. They're in their normal Light World forms, and they're falling. So they fell in the Light World. Extra tidbit, the fountains, the people talk about how they come up from the ground. You know, they're roaring from the depths, whatever. There's a lot of symbolism about stuff like that. About the darkness coming from below. So just keep that in mind. So, the idea is that in that moment, Chris and Susie fell into the bunker, which runs beneath all of Hometown. So if you consider, this is a point that Guilty Flygon made, if you consider a bunker, especially like the kind of bunker that would exist in real life, similar to a small town like Hometown, you're thinking, yes, backrooms, backrooms, backrooms is the answer. So, if you consider, like, a Cold War bunker, it would make sense that it's a bunker that runs under the whole town with multiple entrances for civilians to go in, like in public places like the library or the local school, you know? And it's just, you know, regardless of where it is, it's running underneath the town. And so the idea is that the Castle Town Dark World is the Bunker Dark World. That's where all the Dark Worlds are coming from. This is turning Deltarune to Parasite. I haven't seen Parasite yet. I'm planning on it. I really want to. It looks really good. But yeah. So here's some supporting evidence. It's literally leaking darkness. It's like if it's the source of everything. This is especially, you know, the cliffs area at the beginning of the game before you meet Rousey or Lancer. Lancer's like attacking you as a shadow creature. It's very cool. That very eerie section of the game. The roaring symbols, they're everywhere. It's very similar eye symbols. Just, you know, so like it's got this idea of like this is the more primordial, the original dark world, a dark fountain. And we kind of already knew that, like, this fountain was special because, like, everyone can live there. It's Rousey's fountain. Something weird is going on with it, right? All the Gaster hints, all the other ominous hints that we get, like Onionstein, they go like, oh, there's a song coming from beneath the sea. It's all water related. The area, that cliff area, this cliff area, it's not a song, it's more like sound effects, but the track is called water.ogg. Even this part where you're doing the vessel, people have like reverse image searched the background image, and it is literally a water image. It's like ocean waves that have been manipulated. Yeah, water under the lake because the lake is underground like the bunker. Exactly. You get it. You understand. I'm pointing like from my brain to the chat, like we're like, you know, like same mind. Exactly. So, also, the cliffs area is surprisingly empty and strange for being inside of a school closet. Like, it's got those weird dust bunnies. It's got those weird, like, little, like boingy things, like the balls on sticks. It's got whatever these holes are. Like, it doesn't seem like the inside of a school closet. Like, we know there's supposed to be chalk in there. We know that other people have gone in there to get chalk relatively recently because Susie keeps eating it, and Alphys mentions that. So like, this isn't the closet. So the idea is that when they fell that the floorboards underneath them broke, literally, in the light world, and they fell into the physical bunker, which happens to be where the original Dark Fountain is, and then they continued falling into the Dark World. Yes, and that's maybe why Rousey can go between Dark Worlds. See, it's all connected. It is all connected. I hope you can hear me clapping and it also isn't like blowing out the mic. But yeah, exactly. See how it all comes together? See how all these different little theories that's the reason why I chose honestly, the reason why I chose all these theories is because they're the theories that I like, because they all fit together in my mind, and I'm like, there's a cohesive narrative. Anyways. So, and Gaster might be down there. But I don't know. Maybe. And that's why he, you know, whatever. Anyways, here's my favorite detail, though, from Guilty Flygon's video. These pillars, we spend a good chunk of time looking at these pillars with nothing else going on. We just walk kind of a long corridor. Heckin' floorboards, dude. They're broken pieces of like the world, of like the light world. It's literally just like broken infrastructure. It is whatever we fell into. They're heckin' floorboards. It's so cool. Yaoi Vriska, you have it cracked. You know, you solved Deltarune. If Rousey is Chris's headband, maybe the headband was in the closet at school, which is plausible but weird. Maybe they actually lost it when December went missing. Exactly! It's all connected. But no, that is actually very possible. That, like, because, okay, we're gonna talk about December's missingness in the next slide, which is the last thing. And that actually goes really well with what I'm gonna say. So yes, that could have happened. That could have been what happened. They reach the bunker and they find an annoying dog pulling levers and barking into a microphone. Oh, like Silent Hill, so that's true. Isn't that already implied? I love that one thing, like, we see the annoying dog working on Deltarune Chapter 2 in Chapter 1 within the computer lab. And that was before we knew the next Dark World would be in the computer lab. So, like... What about Undertale? I mean, yes, Undertale, but also... Oh, the dog accidentally programmed an entire game. Yes, Undertale, you're right. That's true, that's another thing. I love the idea that those pillars are floorboards because they also plausibly work as chalkboard erasers, so it's ambiguous. Yes! Yes, I think the fact that this is so ambiguous is on purpose. To make us... I feel like this is going to be... this specific is going to be a moment where we replay this after the big reveal and we go, oh shit, it was right in front of us the whole time. But because it's so ambiguous, we couldn't tell. We also see Susie, I think, at the end of this hallway staring out at this, and she doesn't comment on it. Still very interesting. Like, to have that moment of, like, you know, us and Susie both looking out into, like, the big reveal without realizing what it is. Be very cool storytelling. Very, very cool. Alright. Last theory. My own! Yay! Just in case. I was so proud. Yes, the Anya theory. I was so proud to come up even with my own little theory. And it's not a very complicated theory. Oh, you're talking about it being chalk? Wait, hold on. We can go back for a second. Yeah, this is all chalk. It's Susie's dream. Yeah, Weasel, I think I've told you this before. Hopefully I can articulate it well. But yeah, so, just in case I end up being right. We don't know. Just in case. Anyways. Why Asgore was fired as chief of police. This is why I think he was fired. Because a lot of people talk about, like, oh, it has something to do... There's just a theory. An Anya theory. Thanks for watching. This is controversial. I love Matt Pat, man. I do. I adore him. He's a good guy. Anyways. I don't even like the game theory that much. I just like him. So controversial. Such a hot take. Anyways. So, people have a lot of theories for why Asgore was fired from the Force. And, like, they think it has to do with December being missing, and they're like, oh, did he kill December? Is he the reason why he wouldn't be fired from the Force if that happened. He would be in jail. No one would want to talk to him. Like, I'm using my hands so much right now, and you can't see it because I'm doing this so emphatically. Maybe he left out of shame for not finding Des. This is true. That would make sense. But, like, I feel like none of the reasons are, like, especially since it's covered up, especially since Chris purposely does not let us see. Chris, like, closes their eyes. It's one of those moments when Chris rebels against us, actually. It's one of those, like, it's on that list. Chris does not let us read the rest of that article to find out. So, my theory, we know it has something to do with Des. My theory is that when Des disappeared, it was because of something supernatural. Maybe it was the Dark World. Maybe Gaster, like, kidnapped her or something. You know, it was something. Maybe it was Icy in the woods. Like, I don't know if you guys know about that from the Phantom Sweepstakes. Nosferatu took her, maybe. Exactly. So, and it was when the whole little crew of, like, Azrael, Des, Chris, and Noelle were all hanging out together. Something happened to Des, and they witnessed it. And it was something that, like, you know, you would say it to an adult, and they'd be like, wow, that's a very vivid imagination you have. You have to keep in mind, Chris and Noelle were, like, elementary school, possibly even, like kindergarten age, you know? And Noelle specifically probably blocked it out. We know Chris is scared of the bunker. Hey, Funny Wizard! You're here just in time for my own Deltarune theory. That's no problem. Class comes first. But yeah, so... And what I'm thinking is, like, we know that Chris is scared of the bunker, that they've talked about it before, that people don't take it seriously. Like, maybe this is why. Maybe it has something... Oops, I hit my mic. Maybe it has something to do with the bunker, Dessa's disappearance, etc., etc. They saw it. Or maybe Chris specifically saw it. Maybe that's their role in this story. Maybe that's why we were, like, you know, Gaster chose to put us in Chris or whatever, etc., etc. The reason why this links to Asgore being fired is that Asgore believed them. Asgore was like, Asgore was like, oh shit, there's like some supernatural thing happening, like underneath the town, and if you want me to break into this bunker that doesn't belong to me, that we probably aren't supposed to break into. I left Lancer over there. Oh god, I left Lancer over there. Oh god, I got him. Everyone's biting Funny Wizard in chat. Good job. Yeah, no, I have him. He's here. I've got him. He's here with me. He's on my lap. Okay. So, Asgore, acting on what his kid said, did something he shouldn't have done to try to save Des. You know, maybe he tried to break into the bunker. Maybe he tried to open a fountain, because he's like, oh, the kids talked about a fountain. And so, you know, they found him, like, doing something deranged, like stabbing the floor with a knife in his hand, you know? Maybe he just got Mayor Holiday mad. Because I actually don't know if this is confirmed that the mayor is Noelle's mom. But it makes, you know, I think it's hinted at enough. I'm not really sure. Maybe he was, like, following what she thought were, like, stupid fantasies instead of actually solving the case. Yeah, it is hinted by the gates. Thank you. That is, yeah. So, like, maybe she just got mad at him for following these, like, flights of fancy instead of actually finding her daughter, so she fired him. So, TLDR, he was fired for taking the kids' oh my god, another typo. Anyways, taking the kids' supernatural claims about Dessa's disappearance seriously. That's what I think. I think that makes perfect sense for, like, including all the other stuff I've talked about. So I'm like chewing on Lancer. I need to scooch him back next to me. There we go. Okay. Considering everything else that we have discussed so far, if we're, like, considering all of that stuff to be plausible, if not true, I think it makes sense that Asgore was the one and only person who believed whatever Chris saw. And considering this is a time loop, so, like, Chris has more knowledge than they're letting on what is happening here. And, like, you know, maybe that's why. Maybe because they saw the inciting incident when Des would disappear, etc., etc. I don't know if Azrael saw it. I don't know if Noelle saw it, but I imagine Noelle did and blocked it out. Noelle has a lot going on. Noelle might be, like, the Deltarune universe version of, like, a psychic in real life. You know, like, oh, this person who has weird powers for no reason except that they were born with them. Anyways. But yeah, so this is my mini theory. Just in case it turns out to be true. Because I don't think anyone else has said something like this. People have talked about Asgore being fired from the Force and what it could be, but I don't think anyone's made a theory around it. And I don't think they've made this specific theory. So this one's mine. And now, March 6th, Eastern time. You could totally see this. Thank you. So, I'm staking my claim. I'm betting real life money on it. So, that's it. Those are all the theories. So in summary, pink means we'll definitely find out if it's true in chapter 3 or 4. Chris is not the knight. These are all my predictions. Chris is not the knight. Azrael's not dead. We don't have the info to know what Rousey is yet. Which means that if we get any revelations on what he is, it'll blindside us. That's my prediction. Rousey isn't evil, but he will be an antagonist eventually. Wait, do I think Garnet is a fusion? No, I don't believe Garnet's a fusion. You're all dumb for believing that. Sorry. This is a reference to me earlier in the stream for the people who didn't notice me making a joke about how I was adamantly wrong about something in Steven Universe that was proven, and I felt very dumb. Anyways, Mike was a throwaway joke. I don't think Mike is going to be an important character at all, if a character at all. There will be more weird routes, so we'll find out if there's going to be another weird route in Chapter 3 and maybe another in Chapter 4. Are you okay, Link? Are you alright? I see you calling for help in chat. I'm sorry. Did I do something? I know you just got here. Nosferatu got him. Oh no. The Steven Universe thing is funny. Oh, thank you. Thank you. But those Ferratu. Only kids or teens will join the party. Specifically, Chris's classmates. Maybe not entirely Chris's classmates. Who knows? Maybe Azrael joins in a later chat. But no adults in the party. No adults fighting, specifically. Maybe they'll follow behind us in a few rooms, but they won't fight in, like, the fight, you know what I'm talking about. When Rude Buster starts playing and we jump to one side of the screen and the enemy's on the other side. No adults in those fights. Anyways, Chapter 3 Dark World is mostly the TV. Maybe not entirely the TV, but the theme will be the TV, not the house. We might be able to access parts of the house, but it's not the theme. Okay, Chapters 4 Dark World will be the church or Flower King. I'm leaning way more towards the church. The player is controlling Chris. Again, I feel like this one's a given. Des is trapped in the code. Again, it feels like this is another given, but whatever. Chess theory is probably true. Device theory is probably true. We're in a time loop. This is not Chris's first go-around through the events of Deltarune. They have done all 7 chapters before, and they are now starting again with us controlling them. That is what I'm staking my claim on. Angel's Hell is probably true. Again, all of these, you guys really should, like, watch these videos, just because, like, I'm making content out of other people's content. You guys should go watch the original content. I feel like that would be the right thing to do. Also, they're good videos. These are good videos. Go back through the VOD, find their usernames. They make more than just these theories, too. They make a lot of them. I shouted out Half-Bred Chaos because they didn't make it onto the list, but I feel like Half-Bred Chaos really deserves... Like, a lot of their stuff I also think is just canon, so... I'm not content, I'm awesome. Aw. Thank you. I don't know what that means. The Castletown Dark World is in the bunker. Okay, that's another one. And finally, Asgore was fired, my theory, was fired from the force for trying to listen to the kids' supernatural explanations for Dessa's disappearance. Which is 17 times $5. So 85 gosh darn dollars. Oh boy. That's a lot of dollars, so pray for me. So yeah, here we go. So, yep, 85 smackaroos. A question? We got a question? Yes? Do you think Asgore and Rudy... I know where this is going. I'm imagining you holding your hand up in like at the end of like a teacher's presentation. What was it? What? I'm gonna, you know what? Okay, if you want to write in number 18. Oh, my music stopped again. God damn it, Google, YouTube, whatever your parent company is. Do you believe the catalyst for the divorce was? I'm waiting. I think I know where this question is going. We're gonna add this to number 18. Just I would like to point out that Yaoi Vriska is asking this question, but Jabberweasel has come in before the end of the question to put in a gay heart emoji. Susie voice. So why do your dads call each other baby girl? Noelle and Chris. Let's stop talking now. Yeah. Yes, and that is why Toriel is homophobic. Next question. No. Okay, seriously? I really don't want Toriel to be homophobic. I'm dead serious. I just don't want her. I don't, it makes me sad. But I do think that part of the reason for the divorce was that maybe Asgore had a crush on Rudy. Maybe. And he was trying to work some things out. Maybe not the reason for the divorce, but a factor in the divorce, where Toriel was just like throwing up her hands like, well, if you're not even sure, then why are we here? I'd believe it. I'd believe it. I ship it. I really do ship it. You think they're going to bring back Rousey Downey Jr. for Doctor Doom? I'd also believe that. Gerson Boom for Dr. Gerson Boom. My god. I'm not gonna get into any Gerson theories, so we're just gonna move on. So! $50 to the USD Trevor Project immediately. We've already done that this stream. I'm very happy about it. 5 USD for every wrong prediction, or prediction that gets more evidence against than supporting it. I'll be streaming Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 the moment I learn they're out. So, please come watch. I'll be probably streaming them from beginning to end unless I, like, am dead tired and can't. Also, I'm usually just a little bit behind on news for anything. just maybe even a couple days, but I'm going to try to really pay attention because I do believe it's coming soon. Like I said, there's meta theories going around that rumors of rumors, some might say, that the game might come out on April 1st because it's very on brand and because it seems like everything about Chapter 3 and 4 is wrapping up. It's just nostalgia pandering. Nostalgia. I have a great theory, actually, that I forgot to mention. Sans' Des. Thank you for coming for my TED Talk. OMG, Anya just dropped. You're kidding. I don't believe you. This isn't true. I would be terrified. That's the thing, though. It could be any moment. It could be any moment. I literally downloaded Blue Sky. I've been trying to use Blue Sky. I used Blue Sky for the first time today, right? Just to advertise this stream. Oh, Steven after not surviving. Oh no. Oh no, not this again. But, I downloaded not to post on my phone. I downloaded specifically so I can have notifications on for Toby Fox's tweeting. That is literally the only reason why I downloaded it. Because I really... I really need to know. Because the moment I learn it's out, stream time. I'm taking off. I'm calling in sick to work for the next 2 days. We're just playing Chapter 3 and 4. Because, like, so many reasons. I'll talk about that in a second. Anyways. Other thing is, anyone who's a content creator who stumbles upon this, consider doing a version of this yourself. Preferably for the Trevor Project. It doesn't really have to be the Treasure Project. It could be your charity of choice, but I just think it's fun, and I think it's for a good cause, and like, why not? Why the hell not? Do a predictions list and stake some money on it for our charity. So, yeah. Please do. Here's to Deltarune tomorrow! So, yeah. That's it. That is my my presentation. Thank you for coming. Here, there we go. There we go. We can talk for a second. Deltarune's gonna be announced in 2 hours. Watch out. What was I gonna say about... Oh, okay, so... I've mentioned already... We love the stream, though, like, heavily contest your theory that Spantum is Chris's father. Thank you, Yowie Brisk. Thank you. And I disagree. I sternly disagree. Oh, God. No, but yeah. So, as I've alluded to many times now, I have watched a lot of Deltarune fan content over the last few years. Like, is it also, can I just comment? You know there's a theory that, Noelle is Spantum's mother, right? Like, it's not even that far-fetched to suggest that. This is like an actual thing. Are you serious? Yes. Yes. Yes, that is a theory. That is a theory. It had to be disproven by AMA. By Spamton in character AMA. It literally needed word of God to be shut down. You can see it, like Mother, in the sense that Spamton is an OC of hers. Yes! Yes, exactly. That, there's, a part, like, of, the Spamton Sweepstakes website in Noelle's blog, where it kind of implies that she helped out Spamton before he was created. Which, you know, makes, you know, the backstory of Dark Worlds is already kind of like a Last Thursday-ism kind of thing, where, like, they're created with memories that didn't exist, maybe. Like, you don't believe it, but you get it? Exactly. And so there's, like, some kind of implications that, like, she's playing, like, in the blog, she's playing a game that's implied to be a lot like Nintendogs or something like that. And one of the pets might be Spamton? Like, it's up for interpretation, so that's why people are like, oh, you raised Spamton, you gave him life, you're his mother. Yeah, and she also, yes, that's another thing she does. She does reply to spam, that's the thing, she replied to spam mail, got a code, put it in her Nintendogs knockoff, which I think is called Cat Sitters or something like that. And, and that's how Spamton was born. But yeah, no, that was literally shot down by word of God. So, I think that says a lot. Also, part of the theory was that Spamton calls her Hochi Mama. Like, Hochi Mama. And he literally said, like, in that response, like, what, you think the Hochi Mama is my Hochi Mama? Like, in shock, and was like, no, that's not true, so... Oh, it could be a Pets parody. Actually, I think it is supposed to be Pets. You're right. I forgot those games existed. Spamton is behind bars for saying that. He should be. He should be. For many reasons, but that is among the chief reasons. I wanted to talk for a second about chapters 1 and 2 and everything, because, I have watched. I'm just really excited to record chapter 3 specifically, and 4. Excuse me, and every upcoming chapter, honestly. Because I have watched so many people play through chapters 1 and 2 that I genuinely can't remember my own experience playing through them anymore. Like, I'm confused whether the memories I have are my own reactions or different YouTubers' reactions, or if we had the same reactions. Like, my brain rot for Deltarune is very real. Sometimes I do get obsessed with it every once in a while, every few months. I try not to be too obsessed with it because, you know, it's not healthy. But, like, I have rewatched people's videos so many times, I genuinely don't remember what my original reactions were, which is why I'm really excited. One, for this, having, like, this catalog of all my predictions, so I know in the future, several years from now, like, oh, I made this prediction and it turned out to be wrong, and here's my reaction to learning that prediction was wrong. I just think it'll be really cool. I think it'll be a really cool archive, and I'm excited for that. And I really hope that Deltarune is tomorrow. I hope that Deltarune tomorrow is tomorrow. You used to do that with specific Undertale playthrough as a kid? Yeah, I've watched, I used to be all through my teens, a huge fan of Jacksepticeye. I wanted to marry him when I was like 15. I still think he's fantastic. He's a great guy. It's just my tastes don't run that way anymore, and, you know, his channel. And I think I've rewatched him play Undertale like 5 times, probably more. Born Losers Gaming, I've watched him run through Deltarune multiple times. Just various other YouTubers across the spectrum, you know, like Let's Players. Some people that I don't really even care about, but I watch them play Deltarune and or Undertale, etc, etc. I can't name it off the top of my head because it's been 10 years since Undertale came out. My god. Can you believe that this year's gonna be the 10th anniversary of Undertale? Because that's... I feel so old, man. I really do. There are children who are 10 years old who have never lived in a world without Undertale. Their entire internet experience has probably been tainted by Undertale. They didn't exist before Undertale. That's crazy. You still need to go back and beat Sans. How many people have actually done of the people here who have actually done the genocide route or the weird route? Because in principle, I just don't do them. I feel wrong. It feels morally incorrect to do them for me. I understand it's just a video game. Hey, yeah, Link. I'm high-fiving you right now. Oh, that sucks. I don't remember that YouTuber, Meowriska, but it seems like they weren't really that great. That sucks. It's always sad when like a YouTuber you like turns out not to be that great of a person. It's why I have a lot of respect for Jacksepticeye and Markiplier, actually. They're great. Wait, you did play the genocide route, you just didn't beat it! Link! You too? Couldn't get past Undyne? 2 people couldn't get up. I'm telling you, like, I know it's just a game. I know these characters aren't real, but I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be, I would not do those routes. I would feel bad. I'd be like, no, this is the bad thing to do. Oh yeah, there's like specific like instructions you have to do for the weird route for Snowgrave. If you watch Born Losers Gaming, this is the only resource I know for this, but they do it blind, and a friend of them actually gave them the instructions so without spoiling anything. So if you use their videos as a guide, but then again, you probably already know by now how Snowgrave goes after all this time. But you can get past the teacups is the real final boss of the game. That's okay. The teacups to get to fight Spamton, yeah, that's the real final boss of the game. So I don't blame you. Every fight in Genocide is except for Undyne and Sans because they just go down in one hit. Yeah, it's true. The real killer in Genocide is supposed to be boredom, I'm pretty sure, so... You love BLG, you're almost done with their Sonic Frontiers playthrough. Oh my god! I've given them another fan. Yes! I love BLG. I adore them. I'm glad that they're back. I know they took a break for a little bit because they were sick. I don't know if it was just Casey or if both of them were sick. I wasn't really keeping up. But I'm excited to watch them play Echoes of Wisdom, specifically because I want to see their reactions to all the, all of the reveals in Echoes of Wisdom, so... Wait, there's just a website for Sans to kill you? Hold on a moment. Wait, really? Oh god! I forgot that this was on stream. No, I'm not doing this. Nope, that's loud. Bye. Oh, my slideshow. Come back. Nope. I didn't jump. I died immediately. Watch out for the strongest attack. I love that that exists. It makes sense that it exists. Thank you. Thank you for loving my PowerPoint. I worked way too hard on it. I worked way too hard. I spent so many hours working on this stupid PowerPoint. Thank you, thank you. I really like the aesthetic of Scarlet Forest. Like, this, like, black screen with, like, the literal scarlet, of course, and the fuchsia. So, which is why I did most of it themed around Scarlet Forest. I don't know if there's a way to share PowerPoint. No, this is slides. This is Google Slides, actually. And may I say that PowerPoint is far superior. But I don't have access to Office right now, so I had to use slides. Oh, in case you fall asleep. Oh, thank you. Guys, you guys are so nice. Thank you. You could always go back and rewatch it, Link, if you'd like. It's mostly, you know, brain rot nonsense, but I at least explained the stakes somewhere in there. and like what I'm gonna do. It's what the Deltarune vinyl records seem drawn. Oh, that's cute. I like that. Honestly, there's a lot of good aesthetics in Deltarune, but like, there's something just so pleasing about the black background. Maybe it's just like because it's like, you know, like dark theme instead of like, you know, blinding white. But I don't know, I just like it. Yay! Brain rot. I love brain rot from my friends too. I don't know if there's anything else for me to comment on. What were we talking a second ago? Before I started talking about the PowerPoint? Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know if there's a way to share power, like a Google Slides template. But if anyone wants this template, hit me up, and I'll figure out how to share it with you, because I made the whole template. We're holding hands and spinning like a brain rot generator. That's my whole life, dude. Lancer's in it too. Lancer is also holding our hands. Plushy Lancer right here. He shrank. Let me make him a little there. This is a canonical size, by the way. Anya is this tiny. I am very small. Oh, speaking of Anya canon. I have been working on my avatar, the real one, not this one. This is almost like a placeholder. Yeah. God, the music just skipped weird. I didn't like that. Oh well. So, I'm hoping that'll exist soon. I've given myself, I think the free trial for Live 2D is 2 weeks. And I've been putting it off because I'm intimidated by it, but my plan is to have my model done within those 2 weeks so I don't have to pay for it. A lot of random art assets are done and stuff. I guess we'll find out, you know? I don't know if it'll be done in time for Deltarune, but that'd be pretty cool. But in that case, I should make myself extra outfits so I can have a Dark World form. That would be so cool. I would love a Dark World form. I would probably be green, wouldn't I? I'd have green skin. Maybe that or more pink. Pink skin, green hair. Who knows? We'll find out. We'll see if something happens. The music is skipping. This is bad. I've been listening to the same Deltarune extended music OST for this whole time, like from the same person. And they did this one wrong. They did the Thrash Machine wrong. It's like broken. Oh well. Yeah, it would be cool. Hopefully sometime soon. And I'm really hoping to start streaming more regularly. I just have been having so many. I have this theory, right? I have this theory that people who are streamers are more likely to be chronically ill. Because this is the job that they can do from home at any time. How dare you put the Futurama dog gif in my chat for Deltarune tomorrow? How dare you remind me that scene exists? Oh no. The poor dog. It makes me so sad every time. Now I want to go hug my dog, but he's sleeping. Oh well. Does becoming a streamer make you more prone to be... No, I think it's the other way around. I think that chronically ill people they're like, well, I can't do much else, so I might as well stream. Yeah. This is... Being on the spectrum and being chronically ill, which already are often, like, coincide. I think those two together make you more prone to being a streamer. Like, all the best streamers are ADHD. This isn't true. There are some that aren't, but it is, like, very, like, I'm sure if you, like, polled somehow people who stream a lot and, you know, like, people who are streamers as, like, a job against the general population, there'd be, like, way more people who are ADHD in the streaming population. Germa's ADHD, so is Markiplier, so is Jacksepticeye. Rin Penrose, who is like the one VTuber I watch regularly, I'm pretty sure she's ADHD too. She's definitely on the spectrum. no one can be that obsessed with Pikmin and Splatoon. She knows the gibberish words to Splatoon. Like, she knows the gibberish lyrics to Splatoon songs, which I honestly am very impressed by and kind of wish I knew myself. But I've never taken the time to learn those. I say this all lovingly, of course, because I'm like shaking her hand very hard, being like, yeah, me too. Me too, me too, me too. I know I could get that way with a lot of things, so... Don't even get me started on The Legend of Zelda. Well, I'm pretty sure everybody who's currently chatting has had me get started on The Legend of Zelda at least once, so... Oops. Alright, I think I'm gonna say goodnight. That one punk kid drawing a friend telling her, yeah, I assumed you were artistic with all the Sonic and MLP you draw. That's fair, I literally drew ponies 2 days ago. I drew Zelda characters as ponies. I don't think there's anything else I need to say. Also, speaking of Sonic and BLG, because I mentioned, you guys mentioned before the Sonic Frontiers, that kickstarted my, their playthrough of Sonic Frontiers kickstarted my resurgence of love for Sonic the Hedgehog. I've been watching Sonic X, and, I think I have a crush on Sonic. Alright, that's what we're gonna end this stream. I've said too much. Sonic X Sonic is generally very lovable, okay? Okay, in this essay, I will explain how Sonic X Sonic the Hedgehog is very much on the spectrum, and the team isn't even hiding it. First of all, I'm still here. That was a joke. They silenced me. They won't let me say the truth. They won't let me tell the truth. I could go on about this for another 20 minutes, but I'm gonna call it a night. It's been how many hours? 2, 3? 3? I don't even know. 11 to 12. 12. It's been 2. It's only been 2. Yeah, Sega got me. Alright. Alright, what a cursed end to the stream. Alright, good night everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all, and here's to Deltarune tomorrow. Hopefully sometime. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah. Good night, tri-state area. Yeah, stay cursed with love. Good night. We are cringe, but we are free.